Hello students, welcome to mathematics class. Students, we are going to learn in today's part 10 of the chapter Basic Geometrical Ideas about exterior interior parts of an angle and solve the exercise questions based on the knowledge of angles. Later we'll go for learning another topic called triangles. Moving on to the exterior and interior parts of a triangle. Exterior interior parts of an angle. Take an angle, say angle ABC. Here I have got an angle ABC. Now shade the portion of the paper bordering BA where BC is lying. That means here I am shading this portion towards BC. From BA I am shading it like this. Let me show you. This way I have done it. Then now shade the different with a different color. For example, let me say I have taken color red. The portion from BC towards BA. This is the one which I am shading now. This way. From BC towards BA I have shaded a portion. Now if you observe, there is a common place. What is that common place? Let us observe. The common place here I'm using highlighter. This is the common place, right? Where the both shadings are falling. This common place is called as an interior. This common portion is called an interior of the angle ABC. This common place or common portion is called as interior of angle ABC. Okay. Whatever is lying outside of this common portion, let's say here or here or here, outside of this common portion, we call that outside one, that entire portion, as exterior. Means outside. Interior means inside and exterior means outside. So whatever the portion outside of that, this common portion, interior portion, outside of that, we call it as an exterior. Exterior part. Exterior part or exterior portion of this angle ABC. Okay. Now let's go further. Here I have done same animation I have shown. Then the portion common to both shaded is called interior, which I have already shown. Note that interior is not a restricted area. What do you mean by interior is not restricted area? It means it is not bounded. So not bounded. Why it is not bounded means this BC array or a BA array can be extended endlessly. So the portion lying between these two rays will also be keep on increasing, which is not bounded. Okay, its entire open space is there, so it is boundless. This interior part of an angle is always unbounded area or not restricted area, because it extends indefinitely. Since the two sides extended indefinitely, that is the reason. Then moving on to the next, here in this diagram we can identify interior points, exterior points. Now coming to the interior point, so which is the angle here? First, can you tell me what is an angle? Here angle, I have either I can call it as PQR, okay, or we can call it as angle RQP, or we can call it as SQR or RQS. So it's all meant for only this angle lying or formed at the vertex Q. So in this angle PQR, I have an interior portion where the point X is lying. So X is in the interior of this angle PQR. Okay, then moving on to the which is the exterior point of this angle PQR. That exterior point is outside of that angle is Z. So Z is not in the interior, but it is in the exterior part of this angle PQR. Now what do you say about the point S? What is the location of this point S? This point S lies exactly on the angle, right? It lies on the angle. So S is on the angle PQR. It is a point on the angle PQR. So generally I say the plane means this entire the portion, entire white plane is divided into three parts. The plane is divided into three parts by an angle. Any angle divides plane into three parts. Which are the three parts? One is interior, another is exterior, and the third is the boundary on that angle itself. Okay, so we will have with respect to these three parts only any points lying on that angle or interior of the angle or exterior of the angle. Okay, so this is the brief information about interior exterior angle of a angle. Now let's move on to the whether based on this to the exercise work. Okay, now coming to the exercise 4.3, it has got question number 1, where in the question number 1 you could see name the angle in the given figure. Name the angles in the given figure. You know this figure is formed by 4 line segment bounded, or it's a quadrilateral. In this quadrilateral, the vertices are named as A, B, C, D. So these 4 corners have got angle getting formed. So angle formed at A is generally called as angle A, or it can be called as angle DAB, DAB with a triple letter notation. This is one angle, and we have similarly angle formed at B. We call it as angle B in a single letter notation, or we can call it as angle CBA using 3 letter notation. Likewise, I have angle C formed at the vertex C, It can also be called as angle DCB, and angle D, which is formed here at angle at the vertex D. In triple letter notation, we can say angle ADC. ADC is the fourth angle. So I have totally 4 angles formed in this given figure. Then moving on to the next question. Question number 2. In the given diagram, name the points where first one in the interior of an angle DOE. Where is angle DOE? Angle DOE is here. In this interior of this angle DOE, do I have any point? That point is to be named. It's a point A. Then coming to the next question, in the exterior of angle EOF, where is the angle EOF? Angle EOF. So angle EOF I have here. This is the angle EOF. In this angle EOF exterior, which are all the points lying outside of this angle EOF? One is point C is evident, we can see. Are there any other points other than this point C? Yes, we have other points. What are that? Points A is also outside of angle EOF, and even point D is also outside of angle EOF. So they are all exterior points. Then moving on to the question C. On angle EOF. On angle EOF, I have a point D. So on the angle EOF, we have a point B. So we will write angle B is the point on lying EOF. Now let's move on to the next question. Question number 3. Draw a rough diagram of two angles such that they have one point in common. Okay, so to draw a rough diagram of two angles such that they have only one point in common, I'll take you to another board. Okay, now dear, here this third question is drawing a rough sketch or rough diagram for two angles such that they have one point common. Now let us go for doing first one. So I am taking first a line. Okay, a line I have constructed. Okay, let's go for constructing a line. Here is the line. Next, I have another line constructed where okay, let me go for sketch. Yeah, I wanted actually a neat line. This is first line and I have taken another line. Okay, so I'm going to name after angles. Here arrow mark. I have taken name of this angle as A, B, C. Here is angle ABC. Then I'll go for constructing one more angle. Since I need two angles, right? I'll go for constructing angle. I have constructed one line. And suppose if I name after this one as angle. So if I take a ray BP, so what do I call this? Do I am forming an angle? Obviously I am forming an angle. I am forming an angle between the ray BP and ray BC is one, and ray BP and ray BA is another. But if I have taken angle formed between BP and BC, I'll get an angle B, where PBC we call it. It has got 2 points in common, right? Watch it. I call this as angle PBC. Here is an angle. And I call this, which first one I drew with black. Okay, let me take black only. The angle ABC. So how many letters are in common? So here B is common, C is common when I compare with PBC. But I want only 1 point in common. So if I want only 1 point in common, then this is not serving my purpose. So I'll go for another. Okay, here let me take the, yes, this angle, let me alone I'm taking. Okay, then I'll go for constructing an angle here, taking another ray. Let me say this ray as BQ ray. Now, whereas I have this portion alone, I have taken away. I have angle here formed. So this angle is PBQ. PBQ. So how many letters are in common now between angle ABC and angle PBQ? How many letters? Only letter B is common. So how many points are common? Only 1 point in common. So this angle ABC and angle PBQ, I have two angles having 1 point only in common. So this is a better diagram for the option A, or for the sub-question A. Okay, let's go for sub-question B. Okay, you can note down by passing the screen for this sub-question A. Now coming to the sub-part B, we'll go for constructing a rough diagram of two angles such that they have 2 points in common. So for that, I have taken first angle. Here is an angle that which I have formed first, and I am forming another angle by drawing one more ray. Let me take here, I'm calling it as ray OA and ray OB, which is forming an angle AOB, and ray OB and ray OC I have forming an angle BOC. Now you can observe I have point B common between angle AOB and angle BOC. Not only point B, I have even a point O also common. So I have in total only 2 points in common. Suppose if I want 3 points in common, the same angle AOB and angle BOC serve my purpose. How? By taking 1 point on the common ray of angle AOB and angle BOC, that is angle, that is the ray OB. On that, if I take point P, so I have 3 points in common. They are O, P and B are the common points. If I want 4 points, I'll take one more point Q, where I have 4 points common, O, P, Q and B, between this same angle AOB and angle BOC. And if I want two angles having one ray common, this figure again serves purpose. So angle AOB and angle BOC have a common ray, which is OB ray. This is the common ray. Common ray. So this same figure serves the purpose for sub-question B, C, D and E also. Okay, I hope you understand this. Let me take you to the PowerPoint presentation to learn further about the triangles. Okay. Now children, in this chapter, the next topic to the angles and 4.3 exercise is triangles. Let's know about triangles. Here I have got 3 lines which are intersecting each other, where line AB and line AC are intersecting at point A, line AB and line BC are intersecting at point B, and line AC and line BC are intersecting at point C. In this point of intersections, if I take only that portion, we get a triangle which is a three-sided polygon. In fact, it is a polygon with the least number of sides. So a polygon with the least number of sides is called a triangle. Okay, we write triangle ABC with this symbol and reading with the word triangle ABC. Okay, instead of writing, we use that symbol. So in triangle ABC, how many sides, how many angles are there? Obviously, there are 3 sides. That is, here first one, second one, both have got common end point. We call this common end point. Then the both end points of these two are joined, forms a triangle, right? So in a triangle, I have 3 sides and 3 angles. Exactly at each of these corners, I have got an angle formed. Okay, so this I can summarize. 3 sides of a triangle here are AB, BC and CA. They are line segments, you know that. The 3 angles are here angle BAC, angle BCA and angle ABC. There are 3 angles. In simple, with a single letter notation, I can say angle A and angle B and angle C. Okay, then we have these points which are corners, are common endpoints of the sides, called as vertices. Plural of vertex is vertices. Each of them are called vertex and they are vertices. There are 3 vertices in a triangle. Then moving on to the further, even a triangle divides plane into 3 parts. Even a triangle divides plane into 3 parts. One interior portion, another exterior portion, exterior means outside, and third is the boundary of the triangle itself. Okay, so as a summary, being a polygon, that's because of closed area. It is a bounded one. Because of that boundness, you have got an interior portion, exterior portion also. Whereas in the case of angle, it was not bounded, but still it was giving interior portion. Okay. Here in this triangle, I have an exterior portion and I have an interior portion. Here point P lies in the interior part of it and point R lies exterior part of it, whereas point Q is lying on the triangle. Okay, so in this figure, P is the interior point of the triangle, R is the exterior point of the triangle, and Q is the triangle lying on that triangle. Okay, so this is the brief information about triangle and parts of the triangle. Normally a triangle we label with the help of vertices and show like this triangle ABC, and it has got mainly three angles. That is, at each corner, at each vertex, we will have angles formed, and we have three sides. That is, the line segments forming this angle, this triangle, they are the sides. So this three angles and three sides put together are called six elements of a triangle. Six elements of a triangle. What are the six elements of a triangle? Three angles and three sides of a triangle are called six elements of a triangle. Okay. So every triangle divides the plane into three parts. One, interior part, two, exterior point, and three, on the triangle. Okay. So with this, today's class we will wind up. Okay. Jai Hind. Thank you.